I didn't stop running until I was deep into the forest, my lungs burning from being deprived of oxygen. My wolf, Maya, was furious. She was hesitant about Tyler in the beginning, but was eventually won over. She thought he was our mate too. While I was heartbroken and fighting back tears, Maya was seething. I closed my eyes and allowed her to take over, making her promise that she wouldn't go and hunt Tyler down. Maya carried us farther into the woods, and I allowed myself to sink into the furthest depths of her mind. My head was still racing with what had just happened. I wanted to turn everything off for just a few moments. I couldn't handle it. Hours and hours had passed, but I hardly noticed. I drifted off as Maya hunted and continued running. I finally came to my senses when soft grass tickled my naked back. The familiar scent of herbs filled the air. Basil, lavender, and mint invaded my nose and soothed my aching heart. Lola, dear, is that you? A withered voice called out and I felt my heart jump. You brought me here? I asked Maya in surprise. We need her. We're not going back, she growled, resenting me for thwarting her plans on attacking Tyler. Grandma? My voice cracked and I sat up from the grass. It was nearing dawn. The sun was just beginning to rise and it cast orange hues along her small cottage. Her herb gardens lifted and swayed in the breeze. I had always loved coming to Grandma's house. My mom forbade me and my brother from coming back here, holding a grudge against my grandma for years. The story of my mom meeting my dad isn't one I like to talk about. My mom and dad aren't mates. Mom rejected her mate when she was younger, seeking out my dad when she realized his mate had died. My grandma always resented her for that, for throwing the mate bond away. Lola, what on earth are you doing here? My grandma exclaimed, wrapping a woven blanket around my exposed body. She pulled me into a hug and I could feel myself break down at her familiar scent and touch. My grandma had this quality that made everyone love her. She was nearly impossible not to get along with. My grandma matched my extremely short height of 5'2", and had the same long black hair. She was more withered, with laugh lines circling her mouth and eyes, but she had never looked better to me. I missed you so much. I cried into her shoulder. I even remembered how she smelled. So many different herbs and apples. Grandma had a couple of apple trees she absolutely adored. She would always be making a pie or some kind of dessert when we used to visit. What's got you all worked up, Lola? Grandma frowned. Is it that boy you're dating? Grandma was always supportive of anything I wanted to do. She just always reminded me to think things through. Grandma led me into her little cottage and sat me by her fireplace. Tell me, what happened? She sat next to me, placing a fresh set of clothes in my lap. And tell her. I did. I poured my heart out for what seemed like hours. She never once threw my mistake back in my face like my mother would have. I don't want to go back, Grandma. I can't face them. I sniffled. Then you won't go back. You'll stay here with me. My grandma nodded with finality. She had that determined look on her face that said nobody will stand in my way. What about Mom and Dad? I sighed, knowing a huge fight between them was brewing.